One more for you, Tim Ryan. Ohio's Republican Senate nominee, Bernie Moreno, is facing bipartisan backlash over his recent comments on abortion. At a campaign event in Ohio on Friday, Moreno said that suburban women are single-issue voters on abortion. Take a listen to his remarks. The audio is a bit muffled, but we have his words on the screen for you as well. Take a look.
You know, the left has a lot of single-issue voters. Sadly, by the way, there's a lot of suburban women. A lot of suburban women that are like, listen, abortion's it. If I can't have an abortion in this country whenever I want, I will vote for anybody else. Okay, a little crazy, by the way, but especially for women that are like past 50, I'm thinking to myself, that's an issue for you. Oh, thank God my wife didn't hear that one.
Got to take a moment, take that in. That was nice. Okay, in response to Moreno's comments, former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley posted on social media, quote, "Are you trying to lose the election? Asking for a friend, hashtag tone deaf." There was a backlash. Moreno's campaign put out a statement, blah, 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 about a tongue-in-cheek joke. That was not a joke. In fact, Donald Trump, Tim Ryan, says that he wants to be the protector of women. He went on and on and on about that with these guys, Bernie Moreno. We've already seen what happens when Donald Trump says he is the protector of women. I think any woman who voted for him in 2016 and 2020 has a lot of carnage, literally, to look at in terms of what he's done to women. You could look at January 6th. You could look at COVID deaths because he didn't tell anyone about it. But for women, for improving our lives, 50 years of rights are gone. Health care that came along with those rights, gone. And he bragged about it. He bragged about taking away our protections, our ability to have life-saving health care. And by the way, women of all ages need that type of health care for many different reasons. I know a lot of Republicans don't understand the way a woman's body works. But why would we want Donald Trump to protect us after that? A man found liable for defamation of a woman. A man found liable by a jury of his peers of sexual abuse on a woman. A judge called it rape. It seems to me, Tim Ryan, that we need protection from Donald Trump. Am I wrong?
I think you're 100% right, Mika. And I think this is just another example, what Bernie Moreno said and J.D. Vance has a long list of this, so does Trump. You say this crazy stuff when you're like in your right-wing, echo chamber, or you're drinking really expensive bourbon with your friends at the country club or wherever you drink expensive bourbon, and then you say it in public, and it doesn't make any sense, and you get this backlash. There is a line of thinking in the current Trump MAGA world that does not resonate with most Americans, and it's on the tariff piece, it's on the immigration piece, it's on the protecting women piece, and I will tell you, even in Ohio, I think this is a huge opportunity for Sherrod Brown, who's neck and neck with Bernie Moreno in Ohio to win that Senate race. I think this is a great opportunity. I live in a county that is actually a Republican county, but with an abortion initiative on the ballot in November, that initiative, pro-choice initiative, won with 57% of the vote. And it won with 57% of the vote in the state of Ohio. So abortion, being pro-choice, protecting a woman's right to choose, even in a state like Ohio, which most people would perceive to be a red state, it is 57% in favor of women. And so these guys just keep walking the plank. Most people are tolerant. They're good people. They just want a good job. They want to live their lives. Women want health care and an opportunity to make their own health care decisions. And these guys are going to trample all over that. And that's why this election is going to be so important to get Sherrod Brown elected, but a lot of other people to protect these rights.
Look, I've said this before. Women are going to decide this election. And I'd like to suggest an ad that focuses on women becoming advocates and pushing men. I'd like to get inside every household where there's a debate where a woman is has daughters or was worried about her own body or her best friend's body and challenge men. What kind of man are you? Step up.
And he brags about grabbing our bodies. Donnie Deutsch, former Democratic Congressman of Ohio, Tim Ryan, thank you both.